What is going on, guys? Sweet Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about some awesome news that just dropped for No Man's Sky through Waking Titan. Now, some of you have probably already heard of the news, but if you haven't, go ahead and take a listen. We've got some awesome things to talk about. So we have a new sound overhaul coming to the game on July 24th, and it sounds really good. It changes quite a lot and sounds really clean and just super polished. But there are some sounds that were already in the game, so we're going to kind of dissect what those are and let you know what's new and why we're so excited about it, why I'm so excited about it. So we'll talk about all the details after I play the clip, so without further ado, take a listen to this.
Commencing Atlas System Suit Initialization. Life support systems activated. Shield kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete. Radiation protection falling.
I don't know about you guys, but I think that this is a major improvement, and I am very happy that the update does not just consist of the addition of multiplayer, but also adds little tweaks and finishes that make the game just that much better. All the sounds originally sounded really good in No Man's Sky, but let's break down what this new sound clip reveals to us. At least from what I can see, the clip includes a sequence that occurs when starting a new save. So basically the first time you load into No Man's Sky or restarting a save, you are booting up and having to repair various things to get started. I did a video a while back speculating whether or not multiplayer would be an option, and I talked about how Hello Games and their love for single player gameplay would most likely find a way to put multiplayer in a separate game mode, like normal mode, permadeath mode, creative mode, and now multiplayer mode. Still, this is yet to be revealed, but it does make a lot of sense. Many No Man's Sky players have been talking about restarting a new save regardless, so many of us will be experiencing this reboot sequence in some way, hopefully. Since we are on the topic, I am hoping that Hello Games bringing a sound overhaul means that they will be bringing us the motherlode in this update, which is an overhaul to everything, a general overhaul. I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about E3 planets, but that's the golden ticket for me. I hope that with this sound reveal, that it also means that there will be a general overhaul, better planet generation, fauna variation, more flora diversity, everything. It's just a bit of a stretch, but they spent much more time on this update, and even if it's just closer to E3, I would be okay with that. But the original game model, man, I just would be so happy to play that game that they showed us at reveal. Now the next big thing I noticed is the sound to creatures. Yes, you hear footsteps for a while, multiple footsteps, which sounds a little bit different and much better, but the creatures, man, they sound so much better than they do now. You hear creatures roaming around making different sounds than we have ever heard before. I don't want to just skip right over the footsteps because that's just as important to a lot of players, but for me specifically, the sound of creatures just got me all excited. It definitely needed to happen. Most creatures sound the same as of right now. The crab-like creatures are always the same. They seem to attack you. The biggest creatures that you come across in the game all sound the same. And when you put them all together right now, they just sound very chaotic and repetitive, really. You hear the same sounds on almost every planet. So how cool would it be if a hostile creature gave like a warning growl instead of seeing you and going for the throat every time, or like birds having sounds that make you feel like you're at the beach or in a deep jungle, or insect sounds when you are in a deep forest terrain, which you can kind of hear something that sounds like insects in this clip, but all of that would just be so awesome and just immerse us more into the game. These new sounds seem to take a big step towards this, so I'm happy about that regardless. Even if the overhaul doesn't come to the variation in creatures, planets, and atmosphere in terms of visuals, these new sounds are still a massive improvement that needed to target creatures more than anything. All the other sounds were pretty decent for sure. If you listen to the creatures about 30 or 40 seconds after the first creature you hear, it does kind of sound like a Jurassic Park type feel to it. I don't know. It just reminded me of it. It could just be me, but it does sound a lot like that. Although I did just see Jurassic World recently, but that's besides the point, guys. It sounds a lot like dinosaurs, which I want to see really bad. You know, something different than the Diplos that we see now. I am tempted to assume that since they are working on animal sounds and exosuit sounds and just a sound overhaul in general, that they have improved the visuals as well. I don't want to assume that too much as of right now, but they really have been going down the line, adding tons of new stuff, like player models, the multi-crew ship. Now we've got, you know, the pre-order bonuses for Xbox players that are coming. We've got this sound clip now. We're still, you know, how many days out? You know, we got a few weeks, and before it comes out, we could have something else that gets released. So there's a whole lot to talk about. There's a whole lot to be excited about, and I'm going to be trying my best to be on top of all of the future additions that they add through Waking Titan or just reveal to us through Twitter, whatever site they choose. I'll try to keep you guys all up to date. Now this is awesome news, guys. Sound is very important. The soundtrack in No Man's Sky has always been very good, and you know, recharging stuff, although it gets repetitive with the shields always going down and stuff like that, for a lot of players they think it's very annoying to keep recharging all the time. But they fixed that, and the sounds just to that, speaking about sounds in general, have always been good. So hearing this new clip and that they, you know, wanted to cover everything, which is what I'm hoping, including sound, is a big deal. So anyways, guys, I don't want to ramble too much. Go ahead and listen to the clip over and over if you want. Let me know if there's something that you spot that I didn't hear. Oh, at the very end of the video, that's one other thing that I wanted to talk about. The very end of the video, you hear kind of like a creaking sound, and I saw Just Jerry's video, and I saw L-Play's video. Those are the two that I've watched so far in terms of the sound overhaul that they just released, and a lot of them think that it's Geiger counter. Now, Geiger counter is already in the game, so, and they're on a radioactive planet, so it makes a whole lot of sense that it's not a tree or anything like that. It's probably coming from the exosuit. So if it is Geiger counter, it does sound a little bit different to me in the video than it does right now in game. So if it is the same, let me know, guys, down in the comment section below. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds different to me. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like. Subscribe for more No Man's Sky content. Check out Just Jared and L Plays. I think those are the two guys I mentioned before in the video talking about the Geiger counter. But yeah, I got the clip off of Twitter. Someone called Peaceful Gamer posted it, and I listened to it right away, and I was like, I have to make a video. And just to share my excitement with you guys, I'm looking forward to streaming this, to posting tons of videos, and hopefully just have tons more content to show you guys after July 24th. Until then, we're going to keep doing some videos and keep listening to Waking Titan and the player base, and do some more speculating like we always do as No Man's Sky players. So stick around, we've got tons of things to do, tons of things to prepare for 1.5 next update. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.